got the, you got that right.
Yeah, we're on now. Good morning, everybody. FSC Trucking. It has been a Monday. Well, that's not the look you want to see when you're getting ready to take a load to Little Rock, Arkansas. Yeah. So I lost power steering. And it's a dumb thing to have happen, but nonetheless, it has happened. Let's show you the one of three things that happened this morning. The lid for the reservoir came off. What is that, just a thread chaser or something?
Yeah. Yeah, just make sure threads are still there and good.
Yeah, so that originally had, the cap is here where you check the oil level. That originally just had silicone on it. So I took that off and I put a new gasket, this little rubber piece right here you guys see. And when that popped off, the gasket went who knows where. I couldn't find that on top of the engine. Took a quick ride over to Peterbilt and got two new ones. That way I have one in stock and one on the truck. But we're trying to figure why did the lid come off to begin with. So the threads don't look the best. Now, the other thing is, can we update that power steering reservoir to a more modern one? I think the vibration just got to it, considering it's bolted on the engine rather than on the frame. So maybe I could update it to a more modern one or something. I don't know, but for right now, we just gotta clean that up, refill it with oil, start up Orwell, get the air out of the system, and then get on with the day. But again, that's one of three things to talk about for today. Of course, everything is caked in oil now. At least you're not working on a Suburban now, Chris.
Yeah, this is different. Put this stuff on there, it won't pop off again.
These are stupid problems to have, but yet here we are. What? Look at that, Chris. Are there eggs in there? I know I took some time off, but damn.
I hope the mother ain't in there.
Well, she went for a ride to Chilton and back if she did. That's not the first truck I've had birds build nests in. They used to do it all the time on motorhome until I finally sprayed underneath of it with WD-4, PB Blaster, just to get it to stink so bad they never wanted to go in there no more.
Them bucket trucks I used to work on, they'd get birds nest in the booms really bad.
No, we don't build airplane. You ever watch Rebuild Rescue? Like, they find every damn nook and cranny to put stuff in aircraft, apparently. Because they got a whole aircraft, the big Cessna 401, it was packed with bird crap and nests and... Really? Built a nest in my truck. Beat it, you bird!
Alright, now we got...
That's just hydraulic oil. I've been putting power steering in there. Not power steering, ATF.
Yeah.
I'll get some. There you go. That's what I put in there the last time.
Yeah, that's best. Where's your dipstick?
It's on the bench, I think. Did you bring it out? Oh, usually they're pretty resilient.
Yeah, these are. The new trucks, they won't take any abuse. getting there.
I mean, it was still trying when we got back. It just had to raise the RPM to get it to work. Yeah. But it worked somewhat, so I don't believe we did too much damage if we did any. If not, it's going to have to be done when we get back.
Yeah. Alright. Let's start it up, see what we got.
She's blowing cold, so you might have to tickle the throttle a little bit. It'll stop.
You got the jack pull?
What's that?
You got the jack pull?
No, it's fine. When we set it down, it'll set back over. All right, she's on. Level's good. Just flick it up, it'll come down. There you go. Alrighty, so that crisis was averted. I should call it a crisis. We have gasket material in stock if I had to cut a form of gasket, but Peterbilt had that gasket in stock. So quick rip on the bike, went down to Peterbilt, bought 2 of them. So I got 1 in stock, 1 in the truck. But that ain't the only thing that decided to snake bite me today, or at least over the weekend that I didn't know about. Let's get ahead and address the other things. Now, Chris, you had other bad news to share with me this morning.
Which one?
2 of them. Trailer and trailer.
Yeah.
Well, let's go look at the little trailer.
Yeah, that's
first. The little trailer meaning the enclosed 41 footer. Because, yeah, that's bigger than the little big trailer. So Chris used the big trailer, well, the enclosed trailer, to finish up moving his stuff out of Ohio. A couple odd and end things he had to get out of the house and sold. But while he did that, he went to Ohio to drop off Lydia and Matthew's Suburban that we just got done painting. And then he told me when he was on his way back, right, you were coming back from Ohio?
Yeah.
This door decided to just start flapping in the breeze. Like, what in the world? How'd that happen? So he strapped it to the other side wall to get it home, and they showed me, so we're gonna have to figure out how to fix this. If you open it, you don't have to hit the latch. Nothing wrong with the latch, it works fine. Oh, I locked it. See, you got the lock there, and then the latch itself is locked from the outside, so that works fine. The steel piece of the striker and the aluminum frame yoked them right out. So we strapped it to the other side of the wall there via the handle, and it worked. It got them home, but that ain't gonna work.
There's nothing there.
Yeah, there's nothing there. So I'm gonna have to figure out if we got to get a whole nother door frame, or if we could take that piece out, replace it, and then reinforce it, or just take what's in there out or reinforce it somehow. So yeah, I gotta get a hold of Renowned Cargo Trailers and determine how we're gonna take care of this. Now you know why some of them have those pull-over doors, like the back do, in the front, to keep that from breaking. Oh, they're trying to make it more like a travel trailer, but yeah, we'll see how we finagle this.
My camper, the front door pops open, driving down the road.
Same
setup.
Right. That ain't good. And that's a big ass fancy toy hauler. Should not be having that problem with new equipment. But yet here we are. As if the old equipment doesn't fail every now and again. That's why you're here. So we'll have to figure this out. So for now, just strap it back together. We'll fart around with this later because we need this trailer end of the month.
Yeah,
but we'll figure it out one way or the other. That's trailer number 1. Next is trailer number 2. So this week, after we got done with the Suburban, I started Chris on the process of restoring and revitalizing the former Chapel trailer, soon to be merch trailer. First job is to cut the rotten fifth wheel out, and I'll show you how bad it's been. This trailer is an 85. See, this I puckered out from strapping it, chaining it down. Look how wavy it all is and rotten. So this steel's getting kind of thin, especially around the edges. And there's a whole lot of crap that comes out of them. Yeah, there's just nothing left. So we're gonna take that all out and replace it, build a new one, sandblast it, paint it, lift it up, and put it in. Just drill out the rivets. Over here, Chris already started. Got the rivets all drilled out, left a couple in. That looks like that's one of my bolts, ain't it? That looks brand new.
That's just a 6, so it doesn't fall on me.
Yeah, we don't need...
It did drop.
Okay, so it's trying to come out.
Yeah.
Good. So
took the last one out, it moved.
If you notice, aluminum cross members in better shape start from here and then go to the cross members, the steel ones now, which are obviously quite rotten, where the landing legs are. So the idea is we're going to replace the fifth wheel, build stanchions to hold the trailer up, and then replace the cross members over by the landing legs, either rebuild the gearbox or replace the landing gears altogether, because that's actually just kind of cobbled together and it looks like dog crap. So this is the first part of the project. But that's not where the problems end, is it?
Not quite. Got this rail. It's been patched before, but that looks like it's been blown out. It's cracked along here. It's cracked down here. So we're gonna have to plate that.
So where the aluminum ones are, it's cracked here because this is aluminum, right? Yeah, that's an aluminum one there.
This is aluminum.
Yep. But this is where the first aluminum cross member goes, and there's a crack. You can see the daylight. So that's cracked. So that's gonna have to be patched from behind, along with all of this, from the front to the back, at least to probably here.
Yeah, I would come back into here somewhere, tie into these just to strengthen it. Here's part of the kingpin plate. The back here.
Where was that? Back under here?
Yep, broke off. Both sides were broke. So it's bad shape.
Nice. All right, well, that's just more work. What is it you're always saying? We're one what?
One broken bolt away from disaster. Every job.
That should be
and here we are.
That should be a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Well, it's not the end of the world, but it adds more to it. But we'd rather find it now than mess with it later. In the end, I'm sure these gremlins are going to show up further down the line, especially when we start messing with that rear. There's a lot of cross members back there. So I don't know how long that's been that way. And again, it's been patched prior. So yeah, or somebody made the kind of sort of attempt. I have no idea the history of these trailers or where they actually came from or what its original life was, like who owned it or whatever. Obviously they were donated to TFC Global back in the, I'm gonna guess around 95. Well, it got parked at Ken's Truck World, formed now the TA in North Bend, Washington. It got parked out there in 1995. So it may have been on a road for a handful of years prior, but it's 85. So somewhere between 85 and 95, it got converted into the fully interior chapel trailer that we see today. So Lord knows what the damage was or is. Ultimately, I felt like we needed to get more progress done on this stuff. Number one, it really should be back on the road and reskinned and branded, meaning, you know, with all new lettering and whatnot to match more what we are, because this ultimately will be the merch wagon. However, I want it to be looking basically the same as it always has, because I feel these chapel trailers, not just this one, but all of them that used to be all over the place throughout this country, these things need to be preserved in some manner or respect so that you see what they were. It's a piece of trucking history, and I want that preserved. So that's the idea with this trailer. So I'm going to try to keep it as original to its design and appearance, but yet still rebrand it to be useful for me and this channel. That's where we're starting on this here. While I'm running that load, we're going to work on this. Of course, there's other work Chris will have to do this week. I don't know how long this will take, but we've got some more work that can be done on the Ford truck. I'll show you. That job with that fifth wheel, getting it removed, is going to take as long as it takes. However, which long it takes. It's just the way it goes. So there's two things I want to get done. Really three, ultimately. Is one, we're trying to make more space in the shop. These are the axles that are going to be going under the 352, but they need to be redone, rebuilt, sandblasted, painted, the whole bit. And of course, you got the engines that came out of the Ford cab over, which is going to be rebuilt and gone back into. So this stuff's got to be broken down and be made to where I can either put it in storage, start getting the sandblasting done, whichever. Either way, get it out of the way. Lastly, the frame on this. The last thing we need to do is get this last thing we need to do is get this driver's side frame out of here. That way we can weld it together with that piece of crap template and get it out to get a whole new frame built. So it'll get done when it gets done, but that's gonna get done while I'm not here. So Chris will take as much time as it requires, do the job right, safe, not get hurt, and that's progress. Because I'm not here to do it. I'm doing one thing while Chris is here doing another. That's the point of this whole exercise. It wasn't to rebuild Suburbans. It just had to happen that way. So, Orwell's aired up, warmed up enough. We're gonna head and set up the cameras and get strolling because we got a truck to deliver.